I mean this from the bottom of my heart, with the most genuine of feelings. I hate Choji. I hate that little kid. I hate everything about him. I want to play Kendrick Lamar towards this mofo. That's how much I hate him. Now, don't get it twisted. I am glad he gives me this reaction. A good antagonist, a good little shit that you want to see get his absolute ass beat, like his mama should have done many years ago, is good. It's purposely designed to piss you off, to make you so upset that you look forward and you're cheering for our boy to beat the ever shit out of him. But everything about him, I said it last week, I was shocked that I flipped my opinion because initially, prior to last week's episode in the backstory, it's like, okay, Togame was just a dick, man. Like, he just seemed like he ruled with an iron fist, and this kid, he's crazy, but maybe he's just surrounded by bad apples. Turns out, no, he wanted to be wholesome. He wanted to play Stardew Valley and enjoy his time, and got thrown into the world of Street Fighter and just having to beat the living shit out of people. The whole skinning thing, it's insane. But to just get that level of passion, and I think the use of backstory, they never like drop backstory and then just like, it kills the momentum. It's like the way they show those flashbacks as the punches are connecting. I felt so bad, and the fact that the group collectively now realizes that their leader is just not only crazy, but like looks at them as disposable. That he's like, I want all of you because you guys are strong. My people suck. It's just, I look forward to this kid getting his face beat. And if somehow he wins, I'm gonna find a way to isekai myself into this world, and we'll see what happens. Full live reactions over on Patreon if you want to see my full thought to this or any of these episodes. Gonna be over there exclusively. First thing I'd do if I was in this world isekai, I'd find me a weapon. I ain't fighting clean with this psychopath. But Jesus, man, I can't believe I'm saying it, but Togame is my favorite character in Windbreaker. 100%. And I think we have to analyze that final punch. So they both were punching each other and he gave up his fist, and obviously he said, I give up. Now here's the thing. Quickly into this episode, I was thinking it was going to be a draw because I thought it would make sense that they both hit each other. And at one point, they both drop kick each other. And I was like, oh, okay, it's clearly going to be a double knockout. And then obviously it didn't. It kept going. But I think at first I was going to say, okay, it still would be a double knockout if he didn't unclench his fist. But I don't think so. We can't say for sure if he would have connected that final punch towards Sakura. If Sakura would have been able to get back up. It's entirely possible he wouldn't have. And because here's the thing. If our boy Togame wanted to get up after he said, hey, I give up, he's waving the flag, he still had the endurance to get back up. But he chose to give up out of respect for not only Sakura, but because this is the first time he's actually had fun and he realizes that the way this group is can't continue. So, in theory, and my opinion, is if they both would have connected, Sakura would have lost. I actually think that. Not because Sakura's weak, I just think currently Togame is a different beast. And everything else went on. But I think you can make an argument for a lot of things. But one thing's 100%, the fight animation is still blowing my mind. I said it a couple weeks back, this is the best produced fighting that I've seen this year. Like, it's not that it's 30 seconds of high-octane animation, it's the fact that the best way to describe it is the fight's 360 degrees. When characters punch or kick, it's not just watching the initial swing of their kick or their punch. It's the fact that characters are flipping around people, redirecting them. Like, look at Choji's little bitch-ass jumping around. He feels like a little kid who has far too much energy and strength, and he's jumping piggyback style to beat the living... Like, you don't see this type of raw, visceral fighting that often, and if you do, you never feel like, oh, yeah, you know, that fight was really good, but, you know, fights 2 and 3 were a little... No, like, they've been consistent. This has been a month straight of nothing but banger after banger. And I don't know who the hell is producing these fights, but I thank them. And for the love of God, work on seasons 2, 3, and 4, wherever we get of this show, because this is insane. And anyone who followed me when I covered Shangri-La Frontier, you know how much I think that is a consistent 2-core. And I think in terms of a 2-core, that's still my most consistent action show. But the fact that we are having something this raw, because good animation for fights is a lot easier and, you know, to note as good or bad if it's hand-to-hand, because there's less gimmicks. There's not weapons to distract you from the clunky arm swing or something, or fiery explosions and elemental spells. This is pure, raw, visceral humans going at it, and it actually feels like this is the type of, you know, fight that you would see in a really well-produced boxing flick or martial arts flick or something like that. When I'm watching these fights go on, it doesn't feel like anime. It feels like real people going at it, and it's insane. There's actually this one moment after, basically, I think it was either an uppercut with his kick or he drop kicked him or something. Our boy, like, is stumbling backwards and he's trying to get back up. Those are the little details that just knock my socks off, and I'm like, what are we even dealing with? But honestly, it makes a lot of sense that Sakura and him kind of became best friends in that fight, because at the end of the day, how many years has our boy been, you know, feeling like a scumbag, cleaning up the trash for someone he respects so much, and over the course of this fight realizing that that day he shouldn't have took the coat from him, he should have punched him instead, that this is what he needed. And I said last week, this bitch needs a padded room and a therapist. And seemingly the therapist is our captain who's about to knock the living shit out of him. You might want to say, well, it looked like he was more on the defensive from what we've seen. I think he was analyzing. I think he was just making sure he's like, okay, he hits like that. That's how it feels. Yeah, bitch, you going down. Like, that's what it felt like. He was just analyzing before as he was getting warmed up. We didn't even see his punch connect, and then his nose starts bleeding. Like, the thing about it is I kind of love now that they are going to have a 5-0 victory, because there's a couple reasons. One, this is just the first group that we're fighting. This is probably going to be the weakest of the groups we fight over the course of this whole story. It reinforces just how strong our current characters are, but when characters now do actually defeat us in battle, it's going to mean a lot more given what we were able to see throughout this arc. In a weird way, this just feels like the intro to really get us up to speed of where everyone stands, but the characterization has been next level. Like, the only thing I could probably do without is wannabe Takemichi, who's always crying in the background. I kind of get the idea of his character, so there's a little more humanity, but he is pretty obnoxious at the end of the day. I think it would be in everyone's best interest if we get rid of Nire and we add in Togame. Like, we just swap them. We let Crybaby Takemichi deal with Choji in his padded room, and we take Togame, and then our cast is just 100% flawless. But what an episode, man. I've been so eager to see what they would do, and I'm still baffled that this production is looking this good. Thoughts down below. Do you have that same level of pissed off energy towards Choji, or maybe there's just a Choji fanboy being like, he's done no wrong? I don't know. I love being pissed off at him, but I hope to see his body hit the floor, drowning pool style, if you catch my drift. But let me know your feelings down below. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course, ring that bell so you know if I upload more, and like I mentioned, got those full live reactions over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. Alrighty, so today we have Gordon Liu, Adol, Sologki, Void, Subject 3, Rolia, and we also have Sarnik. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. Have a good one.